you mentioned that there were some punctuations that have not been told in terms of the story when it comes to our democracy. What are some of these things that we have omitted or people are not really aware of?
Oh, people are not aware of it because there's a lot of material that has come over the last 38 years of democracy. But some of it are important Supreme Court decisions where if the court's decision had gone the other way, some of the things we enjoy today wouldn't have been. The issue, for instance, of demonstrations. Yeah. Today we see demonstrations occurring every now and then, sometimes every week. And it was not easy for the people to get their rights to demonstrate, even though it is in the Constitution. It had to be a Supreme Court fight. And if the Supreme Court had decided, in the case of the MPP versus the IGP, which is the demonstration liberty case, as I call it, if they had decided the other way, we probably would not have the power to demonstrate the way we do today, right. Even though it was enshrined in the Constitution. So that's one of the most important matters. Also, ensuring the independence of the Supreme Court and making the Supreme Court truly the arbiter of constitutional interpretation. It was not a given. The Supreme Court had to make important decisions that went against establishment in certain cases, and they did it throughout the period. Almost every head of state has had a Supreme Court decision that he has not liked. But if the courts had not made those decisions, we probably wouldn't have had a democracy. So we compile all of this and catalog it in the book.
Recently, the Supreme Court celebrated 150 years. There was that commemoration of the Supreme Court. And I remember listening to one of the retired justices of the Supreme Court who said that, listen, for most of us out here, we look at the decisions that they make and we think, oh, we have our own bites at it. But then it takes so much to arrive at these decisions. Looking at the decisions that have come over the years, how have they shaped our democracy?
Oh, they certainly have. That's a point I'm making. I mean, if you take the 31st December case, you take MPP and IGP, you take NPP and GBC, for instance. Now, the MPP and GBC case is important for impartial political coverage of all political parties. Today, we find that even private radio stations and TV stations like GH1 try to give an impartial coverage to all political parties. It wasn't the case before. Before the case went to court, the Ghana Broadcasting Corporation, the state broadcaster, was not allowed to give significant coverage to the opposition. And so people had to go to courts to raise issues to the Constitution, to tell the Supreme Court that, look, the GBC's conduct is a violation of the Constitution. And the court held that, yes, it's correct, that the state broadcaster, because it was owned by the state, needed to be impartial in the coverage of political elections. So if you look at the story today, or you look at the story from 2014 or 2016, you might think that it was all the time like that, but it wasn't. So the purpose of the book is to put some of these things together. And I also take liberties to share some of the things that have not been reported publicly, so people can understand some of the very crucial issues that happen behind the scenes, which made things happen.
So for you, as someone who reported on this major political events as well, you bring all that perspective to bear in the book as well. So who can use this book?
Anyone. That's what we've attempted to do, to bring all the perspective in there. So students can use it. Anyone who is interested in the history of Ghana's democracy can use it. And those who want a quick reference to some of the important Supreme Court decisions that have affected politics in Ghana since 1992 can also look at it.